right, so let's get started. Part one, functional movement to really increase the circulation of our synovial fluid. As you can see, I've moved my props off to the side. We're not actually going to need any props for this practice. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by taking fingertips to the shoulders. This is what I call baby bird wings, right? It's a short lever. So it makes it a little more easeful to start to access our range of motion here. So take some moments and let's do some elbow circles, which is really kind of moving through the joint of the shoulder. So you can do this with your eyes open, or sometimes it can be interesting to close our eyes and maybe start to notice how much movement we have in our spine as we're drawing these circles with the elbows. And of course, every once in a while, you're going to be changing the direction of your circle. Let's see if we can minimize for these last few circles, minimize the movement in your spine, and let's see how much range of motion we have when just moving through that shoulder joint. Right, again, if you haven't changed directions, take a couple more moments. We're using the head of the arm bone to kind of paint the inside of the socket with the synovial fluid, your body's WD-40, if you will. And then we're going to pause here and meet with these elbows reaching out to the side. And from this place, we're going to lengthen the lever. So the arms reach further out and away from the heart space. This is going to start to build some heat in the shoulder joints, right? Because we're using these muscles here, your deltoids, to keep the arms up. So let's keep a nice bend to the elbows and we'll internally rotate and externally rotate, right? So we're drawing bigger circles in essence, but the arms are further away from the joint itself, or the hands are further away from the joint itself. So we might notice, again, a little bit more heat starting to come in for the tissues around the joint, but that's just blood and oxygen. So it's another way of increasing circulation. So we won't be afraid of this, right? Keep the elbows nice and soft. And let's do one more internal, one more external. And this time, as you come into your external, palms are facing up, we'll go ahead and let these arms come all the way down to the floor. And you can flip those palms back up, hands to either side of you. Start to walk these hands out. We're going to go as far out to the side as we can, but plug the thumbs, index, middle, ring, and pinky finger into the floor. Notice that I've got this nice arch in the palm of my hand. All right, for now, take a moment to really round your spine, right? And we'll notice that we lose kind of our stretch. And then keep those fingertips plugged in and let's grow the spine, right? Rooting down through those sitting bones and rising all the way up through the crown of the head. And we're going to get this really interesting sensation that if we close our eyes, we might feel in our forearms. We might feel in the side of the neck. We might even feel that down into our pinkies, into the palms of our hands. So this is what we call your superficial fascia, right? It's your fascial system that sits just below the layer of your skin. And when we give a nice tug on it, it really helps to hydrate these tissues. From this place, we're going to drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And then start to roll your chin down towards your sternum. And we'll roll over to the right. And then we're going to do a gentle tip back. We'll be mindful of the little cervical vertebrae of the neck, right? So not dropping the head all the way back, but gently tipping back, right? So we're honoring this full range of motion of your head on its access point. We'll do one more circle, and let's say that the next time that you're gazing in towards your heart, we'll take a moment to say hello to our heart. Lift your head, place it back on top of your spine, and let's go the other direction. Let's take right ear to right shoulder. Roll it down. There's the heart space again. Go over to the left and then that gentle tipping back, right? We don't want to be afraid of tipping back with the head, but we want to be mindful. Maybe a couple more circles in this direction. And then I'll meet you again as we're gazing in towards the heart space. So looking in towards the sternum. And from here, you can soften these hands, let your hands come all the way back along your side body. Lift your head, place it back on top of your spine, and we're going to transition this now onto our backs. So I'll meet you in what I like to call a constructive rest, which means you've got your knees bent and the soles of your feet to the floor. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet out towards the long edges of the mat, and we're going to let those knees drop in towards center. So it's really a gentle internal rotation to the hip joint. And then from here, let's open these arms out into a T. So you're reaching those hands back out and away from the shoulders. And from this place, you'll bring your right hand and you'll place it on your heart. And we're going to start to slide this right hand across your left arm. Eventually, you'll roll to your left and you'll reach the right fingertips way past the left fingertips. And let's just pause here. Feel this squeeze into the joint. Feel the squeeze to the breast tissue. Feel the opening up of the back of the heart space here. And then start to glide this right hand all the way across the left arm. As it comes back to your heart, you can float those knees back up to center, and we'll come all the way back into our starting point. So this time, left hand to the heart. Start to slide this left hand across your right arm. You're going to roll to the right, drop the knees to the right, and we'll do the same thing. Take a moment to really reach the left hand way past the right. Pause here. Feel that squeeze to the armpit, or kind of cleaning out the lymph nodes, right? A little squeeze to the breast tissue. And think about the back of the heart space opening. All right, glide this left hand all the way back to your heart. As you come back to center, knees come back to center. We come all the way back to our starting point. And we're going to do this one more time. So right hand to heart, glide right hand across left arm, roll to the left, knees drop to the left, and you play with this reach. And then glide it back through the center. I'll meet you here, and we'll switch sides. One last time, sliding that left hand across the right arm. All right, as you start to make your way back to center, let's pause. And from this place, we're going to walk our feet all the way back in so your feet are in line with your sitting bones. All right, hands can come along your side body. And we're getting set up for bridge pose. You can actually walk your heels just a little bit closer to your sitting bones. And then from this place, let's press to the feet. Lift the hips, float the arms all the way up. And we're really going to try to keep the backs of the hands and the shoulders rooted to the floor as we start to roll piece by piece, part by part, joint by joint, bone by bone. And eventually we roll the entire thoracic spine to the floor. You can let your pelvis come down. And then go ahead and bring these arms back along your side body. Let's do that 2 more times. Press to your feet, lift your hips, come into your bridge, float the arms up alongside your ears. We're going to keep shoulders plugged in, arms plugged in, and we're going to explore this range of motion, kind of rolling piece by piece, part by part back down. So really finding some beautiful mobilization into the upper back. And then as that last rib comes down, we can let the pelvis come down. We can bring the arms back down. And let's find this one more time. Press to the feet, lift the hips, float the arms up. Keep those arms up. Let's float it down piece by piece, part by part, bone by bone. And this time, as the pelvis comes down, let's keep this left arm up. but bring your right arm down. We're going to start to add what I like to call swimming bridge. So you're going to lift the hips, float the right arm all the way back up. And this time, as you lower the hips, lower your left arm, turn and look to the left. We can add the breath here. So maybe inhale, we lift back up, left arm comes up, gaze to the sky, hips are up. And on your exhale, lower the hips, lower your right arm, turn and look to the right. All right, let's inhale everything back up to center. Hips, arms, gazes to the sky. And then exhale, hips down, left arm down, turn and look to the left. And inhale everything back up to center. I'll cue this a couple more times for us. Let's exhale, hips down, right arm, turn and look to the right. And inhale everything back up to center. So let's go one more time to the left, lower hips, lower left arm, turn and look to the left. And inhale everything back up to center. We'll go one more time to the right. You're lowering hips, lowering right arm, turn and look to the right. And as the hips come down and the right arm comes down, we are pausing here. You can take your gaze back towards the sky. And we're going to invite a little more circumferential range of motion in the shoulder joint here. So you're going to let your arms slide along the floor. Bring those arms back out so they're reaching out from the heart space. And then keep sliding. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Now we're going to do something I like to call ships passing in the night. So you're going to bring both of these arms up towards the ceiling. There they go. They're like ships passing in the night. Left arm comes up, right arm comes down. And then start to find that big circle on the floor again. All right, go ships passing in the night. So the arms go up towards the sky. Bring the left arm alongside your ear, right arm down. Draw that big circle on the floor. And let's do it 2 more times. Left arm up, right arm down. Big ships, big circle. All right, ships passing in the night. Left arm up, right arm down. And draw your big circle on the floor. And this time we're going to pause and we're going to meet here and we're going to change the direction. So keep the arms to the floor. Sweep the arms out wide. Bring the left arm up, right arm down. And then go ships passing in the night. Draw that big circle. It's like a big snow angel on the floor. And then both arms to the sky as they pass each other, right? So we're going to do this one 2 more times, right? Full circumferential range of motion. And as you find your left arm coming down, right arm is up. This is where we're going to pause. You can go ahead and bring this right arm all the way back down to meet the left. I'll meet you here. And from this place, let's roll onto the right or the left. Press through your hands. Start to bring yourself back up. And I'll meet you back in that seated Sukhasana. So your crisscross position. All right, we're going to do a little bit more of that sort of alternating side to side movement, but this time we're doing it from a seated position. So let's bring both arms all the way up alongside your ears. All right, from here, we're going to bring this left arm forward and back, so extension. And then bend your elbow, slide the back of your hand to your low back, turn and look to the left. And then release that left arm. It comes back up alongside your ear. And let's go over to the right. Sweep that right arm forward and back. Slide the back of your hand to your low back. Turn and look to the right. And then release and bring everything back up to center. Let's do it again. Let's go left arm forward and back. Turn and look to the left. Release that left arm. It comes back to meet the right. And then let's go right arm forward and back. Turn and look to the right. And then release this right arm. Bring it all the way back up to center. I'm going to meet you here. We're going to interlace these hands. Turn your palms inside out and really, really reach these arms, right? Nice big stretch to the side body. And then from here, turn those palms back to face your head. Take a bend to the elbow. So we're creating more of this sort of halo around the head. And we're going to take a moment to draw these little circles right around the crown of your skull. Right? Just explore your range of motion here. And every once in a while, we will change directions of our circle. And then let's pause. We're going to come back to this in just a moment, but for now, let's pause. Turn your palms back inside out. Reach it back up again. This time, maybe we do a little side stretch here. Bring it back to center. Do a little side stretch to the other side. And then bring it back to center. All right, we're going to keep your right arm up. You're going to let your left hand come to the floor. Start to slide this left hand out to the left. So come into your side body stretch. Really drop that right sitting bone back to the floor. And then let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. Let's take this right arm back up to the sky. You're going to keep going and going and going until your right hand is just a little bit lower than the line of your shoulder. We'll feel that big tug again on the fascial system. All right, from here, we might play with a little external rotation in the shoulder joint. We might play with a little bit of internal rotation in the shoulder joint. And then let's find a neutral position. You're going to keep your ear to your shoulder. Start to slide this left hand all the way back in, keeping that left ear towards your shoulder. And once you come back to neutral, bring your left hand to your cheek, lift your head, and we'll place your head back on top of your spine. All right, we're going to move through that whole sequence again, but we're going to change the cross of the legs. All right, from here, both arms come back up alongside your ears. Let's keep the right arm lifted. Let that left arm come forward. Remember, we're sweeping it back, and then you're bringing the back of your hand to your low back as we turn and look to the left. And then release the left arm. It comes back to meet the right. And then right arm forward and back. Slide the back of your hand to your low back. Turn and look to the right. And release, bring that right arm back to meet the left. Let's go one more time on each side. So over to the left, I think you've got your rhythm now. Release, it comes back to meet the right. Last one, over to the right. All right, once we meet back at center, that's where we're pausing. Go ahead and interlace your hands again. Turn those palms inside out. Reach it like you mean it. Stretch those armpits. And then from here, let's flip those palms back so they're facing the crown of your head. Go ahead and bend your elbows, create that halo. And let's do this again where we draw these little circles. Maybe it's a $50 size, maybe it's an apple size, an orange or a grapefruit. Draw your circles. And then let's go other way. Draw your circles the other direction. All right, from here, we're turning those palms back inside out. You're going to reach it like you mean it one more time. Maybe we take that side stretch, getting ready for a little deeper side stretch. And then I'm going to meet you back at center. This time we're keeping that left hand up. You're going to release the right hand all the way down to the floor. Start to spider walk the right fingertips out to the right. Let's pause again. Let's really drop that left sitting bone back to the earth. And then right ear drops to the right shoulder. Left arm travels back up to the sky and it keeps going and going and going until your hand is a little bit below the line of the shoulder. You feel that big tug on your fascial system. And then from here, let's play with the external rotation. So your palm points up. Play with the internal rotation. So thumb points down and maybe even back here just a little bit. And then we'll come into a neutral position. And from your neutral, keep the right ear to the right shoulder. Start to slide yourself all the way back up. And then bring your right hand to your cheek. Lift your head, place it back on top of your spine. And from here, maybe we take these hands to rest on our thighs and just take a moment to feel and integrate this practice. So thanks so much for joining me. Got a little more synovial fluid moving through the joint now. I'd love to see you in part 2 for some more myofascial release, self-massage to release tension around the tissues. Salud.